What's going on, Workhorse? We're going over the January Nutrition Challenge. So we have 3 different plans, 2 of them, some of you guys already know. One is what we're going to talk about first, a replacement plan. So the first plan is, the goal is just to take things out of your diet that you know are bad, that you might be doing consistently, but it's something that you're willing to give up long term. Either willing to give up or find a better replacement, okay? So what that means is we're wanting a minimum of 1 a week that you're gonna take away, but I really recommend trying to think of 2 things every single week that is in your diet already, that you need to start taking out, or bad habits that you're doing, that you're willing to give up. And so a few of the suggestions that we have here, just small ones: soda, milk, juice, fruit juice, sweet tea, white bread, all bread, grains, sweets, ice cream, alcohol, cheese, white potatoes, artificial sweetener, processed sauces and condiments, vegetable oils, legumes, pasta, unhealthy, excessive snacks, fast food, things like that. But your diet can be completely different than everyone else's. So if you got time, start writing some of the things that you are eating down, or just make note of it. Where have you gone the last few weeks? If you're going to, I don't know, Bernie's chicken every day.
You leave Bernie's out of this.
Then, that's something that maybe you should give up, or it should be something that is a reward a couple times a year, like Gene and I do. So I think this is going to be really helpful. Because again, it's not, what you shouldn't do is, if you're going to drink alcohol, you shouldn't take out alcohol. You can help yourself restrict maybe if you're doing too much, but if you know that you're going to drink afterwards, or if you know that you're going to always put cheese on stuff, right? You just love cheese, you want to be more keto, that's fine. Then don't try to take that out, because there's no reason to take it out if we're going to bring it back in. That's kind of the point, is we're trying to get out of some bad habits that we've accumulated over the last year. This is kind of the purpose of this plan. So if that's one that you want to do, it's pretty simple. You're just going to write which ones in your notebook. You're just going to keep track of what you're eating. At the front of your notebook, it should say what you're taking out on week 1, so the coach can see, so we can make sure that you are. And just be, again, all of this doesn't matter unless you're honest with yourself. So just be honest with yourself. So if that's the plan you're going to do, you don't have to watch the other 2, but I'm going over the paleo plan. So paleo, if you don't know what paleo is, it's taking out, it's basically meat, vegetables, nuts, fruits, and seeds, and taking out everything else. It's what the first meal plan I started on. It's what a lot of the recipes that Heather and I look up online is, we look up paleo and then we make those. So what that restricts is, it's no grains, no refined sugars, sugary drinks, no vegetable oils, no legumes, no coffee. Well, coffee is hit or miss, but you can't put like creamer and stuff in it, and no dairy. So this meal plan here that we're going to send to everyone, it's 152 pages. It's very thorough. If you scroll down a little bit, it'll say what unrestricted foods are. So unrestricted fruits, foods, sweet potatoes, yams, plantain, organic meats, pork, beef, chicken, lamb, all that kind of stuff. Tells you what kind of nuts to have, what to consume in moderation. Coffee, alcohol, stevia, chocolate, dried fruit, raw honey.
Chocolate?
Yeah, well, it has to be 90 or 80% or 88% cocoa is, I think, what they consider paleo, because it's very little sugar in it. So very dark chocolate. But again, with alcohol too, if you're, it's all about doing it obviously in moderation and making sure that, if you're doing this, you're not having a glass of wine every night. That's not really moderation. Trying to only do that on the weekends or something. So, and then it goes over all the foods to avoid. Legumes, if you don't know, those are beans and peanuts. Peanuts are legumes. and it gives explanations why. I don't want to like take an hour to explain everything because I can go into it for a really long time. But if you scroll down more, it will actually have a grocery list and recipes and even when to eat them if you're someone that just needs to be told exactly what to do. So sorry, it's still going down explaining all this stuff. So here's the grocery list. It'll tell you exactly how many pounds and what to get, how many ounces of everything, all the spices that you need if you don't already have them. And then it actually lines it up on which days you should be eating it and what times, breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner for all of those, which I think is really great and helpful if, again, you're needing direction. And then here it has all the ingredients and instructions on how to cook it. So basically a whole recipe book on top of that for all of those. So even if you're not going to do this challenge, look through those recipes. They're all, they're healthy, good recipes for you. If you're wanting to try a new meal, cook something on your own, there's a ton of them on there. And this is what most of you guys have probably already done, which is this is more based on portion size. And so breakfast, lunch, dinner, having a shake in between each one. It tells you exactly what proteins you can have, what fats, what carbs, what veggies, and it color codes it so all right, I can have half of this amount of carbs for breakfast, 1 serving of veggies, 1 serving of protein. Remember, you can always add more vegetables on any of these plans because that's always going to be good for you. So if you're ever hungry and you want more, add more vegetables in on everything. The only thing I'll say is that ignore these step 2 kind of things down here. Most of them, there's a lot of them that aren't that great for you, but mustard's fine. Instead of soy sauce, do coconut amino acids. Stay away from Mrs. Dash. They add a lot of sugar and stuff into it. You can do dry spices and stuff, just make sure it's real ingredients. I would, use stevia if you're going to use anything. Hot sauces, use Frank Red's hot sauce. And then stay away from any sugar-free drinks, Crystal Light, diet soda. Those are things that we all know that we should be giving those kind of things up. If you're doing that on a regular basis or enough that you remember the last time you did it, it's probably a problem. So I would definitely try to take those things out and just try to focus on drinking water or homemade things that you can make. I mean, there's also a lot of good drinks, like obviously Fit Aid. We like Fit Aids, things like that. You can get those at I think everywhere, Whole Foods, Rosewood Market. Those are places if you're looking for healthy, like soda type, you need some carbonation. It's like, feels like it, relaxes you. Those are the places I would go rather than Publix or something like that, because they don't really have much. Kombuchas are another great option as well. So those are all the plans. We're gonna send an email with these to you. Just look them over, decide which one you want to do. Come in Monday, January 6th with a notebook. Okay, bring a notebook with you. Start writing it down. And yes, a notebook, because we want to be able to hold and look at it. I don't want your phone. So don't be like, I'm doing it on my phone. That's not gonna be helpful for us. We're also gonna do a scoring thing. It's gonna be in Tribe. Everyone's gonna be a part of it. You're gonna get 2 points if you bring it in. You stick to what you're saying you're gonna do. You get 1 point if you at least bring the notebook in. No points if you don't bring a notebook in. So it's all about participation. We're just trying to get ourselves back into good habits. So that's it for me. You got anything?
No.
All right. See you guys later.